What's up, beautiful people? DH here. I wanted to drop in with something that I believe will resonate with everybody and anybody who hears this. And as I was sitting at my desk, I was doing a little bit of work, and I was referring to 2019. I was kind of going back, and I was going through the database of like just that transformation of my own personal transformation in 2019. It was just so powerful for me. And I was referencing it, and as I'm trying to come into my manifestations and what I'm being called to and pulled into for 2020 on what I want to change and what I want to transform from, evolve past, expand into. And I was looking at 2019, and I felt myself as I was going back there that it wasn't really bringing me a lot of like high energy. It was kind of almost feeling like I was still dragging some rake in the sand and picking up a bunch of stuff that I didn't need. And so it reminded me that what's no longer serving us is no longer needed, and it's no longer needed for us to carry it, because if it's density, I mean, everything essentially could be density. And so if we're carrying something that's no longer serving us, it's weighing us down, it's slowing us down, it's inhibiting us, it's prohibiting us from expanding truthfully into what we're supposed to be doing. And so as I was going back, and really this was revolving around abundance, and abundance has been coming up a lot to me lately. And I feel like I've kind of avoided abundance, just the term, the word. I just thought it was kind of just aspirational, and it was what entrepreneurs talk about and what business owners talk about or hustlers talk about is always like abundance, abundance, abundance. And so I kind of just ignored it. I tried to like avoid bringing it up because I was like, well, that just means money, and then I'm on my spiritual path, so I'm not really thinking about money, and it's so much more than money. It's all really in a mindset thing. And if the mind still tries to filter information from our heart, it can be a prohibitor, an inhibitor to our path, to our growth, to our journey. And I have big visions for myself because I'm feeling called into those visions. I'm being pulled into those visions. I'm not motivated by what those visions are. I'm just acting upon the intuition and the feelings that I'm having within my body and with my heart, and I'm just going and following that. I'm just following that frequency, basically following that station of music that's telling me to go here, do this. And so I'm letting it go. I'm letting 2019 go. The whole experience, the good, bads, the highs, the lows, there's really no such thing, but just let it go. And if you can do it for 2019, let all of it go. Because all of it's gone. All of it's already been experienced, and it carries energy. And usually the ones that stick with us is the negative ones. So if we can clear out all of the energy, if I can clear out all my current existence and just bless it and love it. I've already experienced it. My soul's already experienced it. The only pain would be carried in my body. So if I can let it go and clear, it brings me into presence. It brings me into presence truly. And when we're in presence, it allows us the ability to be completely independent and sovereign from all outside sources, all outside influences. So for instance, if you're feeling called, let's say you wanted to be an artist, all of a sudden you're like, man, I feel really called to do art. And you hear one friend or one family member like, dude, you're not, I mean, you have your whole career, you have a family, like, art's not really that good. There it goes. There it goes. You're letting someone else dictate your journey, and that's not sovereignty. Sovereignty is following your soul's path through intuition, through that feeling, through embodying that energy where it's so light and free that you're not even associated with this body. You're just like laughing at the avatar that we get to carry along in the earth. You're really more connected to source. You're really more connected to what you're feeling. So I'm just letting it all go. I'm letting the old stories go, the old limiting beliefs, the old paradigms, any type of scarcity mindset that may have come from karmic, from previous life, from this life. I just want to lift the lid off my limitations that I've put upon myself. And if I'm feeling that, there's other people that have felt limitations that they've put upon themselves, that they probably had them their entire life, but now here we are as adults in this earthly journey where we're a little bit more mature. We have a little bit more experience living in this planet. So now how do we come into our truth to just set ourselves free? To truly set ourselves free, to be ourselves, as we are the only one of us. That we have the only voice of ours amongst all the people on planet Earth. So why would we be afraid? What are we afraid of? Why are we afraid of being ourselves, being our truth? What, out of judgment? Because someone else that isn't us, that doesn't possess our gifts, has something different that they're offering. And so what, we feel like we're not good enough because they're different than us? There's no better than. That's a lie. It's a lie that the society created, the ego created, that there's a better than. No, there's no judgment. But each one of us has our own inner truth, our own callings, and they're in presence. They're in right here and right now. And until we come to awareness and acceptance of where we are right here and right now, we'll keep spinning plates. We're like the hamster on the hamster wheel. We're not getting anywhere. And so it's about infusing that intuition, that softness, that creativity, that exploration, that openness and expansiveness of your divine feminine, and merging it with your divine masculine, which is the get shit done. Let's go. I've got all the details. Let's go and act. And then integrating those two. And so you're in your full truth, because our full truth is like the yin yang. It is full balance. And so many of us are a little bit out of balance. We're a little bit tipped on one side of the scale. You don't need to know all the dynamics of it. You can just feel it within you. So anyway, I love y'all. This is something that came through. Let's let the past go. Put the past away. You know, like the Third Eye Blind song. Put the past away. Step back from that ledge, my friend. Which is basically jumping back into the previous past. Jumping back into the trauma. You know, it's like life is so beautiful. Let's lift the veil. Let's go. Let's go into this presence, 2020, in this moment in time. Be your authenticity. Be your divinity. Be your truth. Stop listening to the outside world tell you what your truth is. You are your truth. Look at yourself in the mirror and speak to yourself. Record videos of yourself. Feel your energy. Feel your higher self's energy. We're all in this together. If we can shift our frequency to the radio station that we're supposed to be on, and everybody else can, the frequency of the planet, it elevates. And we're all in this together, so we feel each other's energy. How can we be in unity and harmony and peace if we can't even get past ourselves, our own inner conflict? How are we supposed to get around a global conflict, or massive conflict, or macro conflict, when we can't even get around our own? So if we can get around our own, don't you think that would leave a really big impact on the planet? If we could share with others and share love and unity and peace with others based on just us being our truth, don't you believe that can raise and elevate the consciousness on the planet? Of course it can. Of course it can. So, love y'all. Enjoy your day. It's Monday. Feliz lunes from Costa Rica. We'll talk soon.